Yeah, good morning. I'll take a medium with 2 sugar and a medium regular, please.
Good morning, DDT.
Duff. Oh, you got DDT right this week.
DDT it is.
Last week you didn't start with that.
I love DDT.
Yeah.
Got it. I've got it now
Good.
for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Good morning.
How was your week?
My week was slow.
Do some more reading?
I did a lot of reading this week.
I bet you.
A lot of time on my hands.
Yeah.
Are
Are you still telling your boss? He or she asks, "Hey, how you doing?" And you say, "I don't have much to do."
Yeah, that's true. I am. And she asked me what I was. This was in the fall, but she said, "What are you doing today?" I said, "Nothing."
I appreciate your honesty. I think that's great.
Well, I mean, it's the truth. Yeah. It is the truth. Like, if I got nothing to do, what am I going to say? Well, I've got this or that and the other thing.
Well, when we get JB on, we can.
Are we getting
him.
JB on?
I think you lined him up for today, no?
Yeah, we've got to really talk about that. But yeah. There's a whole story behind that.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm just thinking, and I don't know if JB considers himself a government worker or not, but you ask government workers if they're busy. Oh, they're busy.
Yeah, brutally busy.
They are brutally busy, no matter what.
Yeah. A buddy of mine works for the government, and he listens to the podcast, and he's completely swamped.
He's pretty busy,
Yeah, he's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just before we go, let's apologize to our viewers, listeners again, for the 25 minutes of injurious time that they might...
But correct me if I'm wrong. Was last week not a great week? Didn't we have a good show last week?
I don't know. Did you get any feedback?
A lot of positive comments. Yeah. A lot of positive comments.
Okay, yeah. I see. Actually, I see you wearing a hat today.
Yeah.
Let me describe it first. It's got it's a ball cap. It's got a green R on it, and then like a what's that? Like an alien face with two black eyes. And
it's one of JB's cousins.
BJ's cousins.
It's an alien.
It's an alien. So an R and that's right in the middle.
So what sort of team do you think this is? Does it ring a bell at all?
No, but
aliens?
Irish.
R, not R.
No, but it's green.
The fighting alien Irish?
The fighting Irish.
This
is the fighting Irish.
This was a souvenir from our last great road trip from 2019.
Okay.
Through Arizona, New Mexico.
Yeah.
And on our list on that vacation was to visit the world famous alien crash landing site in
Nevada. Arizona.
Strike two.
I don't know. I wasn't listening.
Roswell, New Mexico.
Kidding. Oh, right, New Mexico.
Roswell, New Mexico.
Area 51.
Yeah. So I set up the vacation, and we had a lot of so many cool things to see down there throughout Arizona.
Well, what's the R mean then?
Well, it stands for Roswell.
Oh, Roswell.
The town. Yeah, we'll get there though.
Area 51.
Yeah.
Should be A.
Do you know how many people?
A with an alien in it.
No? Before we get too far down this wrong road, many people think just like you right now.
Right.
Associate Area 51 with Roswell.
No, I don't.
They're only 1,000 kilometers apart.
Yeah,
Area 51 is in Nevada.
That's what I said.
It's a military test. This has nothing to do with Area 51. Oh. So Roswell was the site of a suspected crash landing.
Right.
But
that's right.
The human part of the story, though, and how we ended up there. So Roswell is a fair bit off the beaten path from your major tourist destinations, which we hit through our 3-week vacation. And I had to drag the family on an enormous detour to get to Roswell. Roswell is a 10,000 person hick town. Why am I thinking of Lanark all of a sudden? Anyways, hick town in the middle of nowhere in the desert. And to this day...
I think they're twin cities, are they not? Twin towns? Roswell and Lanark?
If not, they should be.
Yeah, okay, let's propose that. We're going to propose that they twin with each other.
Yeah, or maybe carp.
Put that on the Twitter.
Yeah. So the town itself, to this day, is still making coin off of the fact that a possible alien craft crashed there in the 50s.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we're driving into this town. Everything has an alien theme. It's so cool.
Yeah.
So I'm all about this, and I always wanted to go there. They have like a McDonald's with an alien on it. They have Walmart has alien theme. Everything is alien. So it's so cool. And we went to, well, cool to me. Yeah. So we went to the Alien Museum, learned even more about it, heard a bunch of the original audio, whatnot.
Yeah.
But the real quick version of the story is there was a crash of some kind, and before the town even caught big whiff of it, the military was there blocking everything off.
Yeah.
Okay, it was on some farmer's field.
Yeah.
And the story goes that all the hardware was collected, everything was collected and moved possibly to Area 51 or somewhere like that. Yeah. And the farmer and his family disappeared and turned up years later on some other farm, like in the eastern half of the country, I think. So they were bought off and told to shut up and move.
Yeah, yeah.
And to this day, there's been conspiracists and people putting the puzzle kind of back together. Yeah. Super cool, though. Learned a lot about aliens. And then to top it off,
you got the hat.
Well, we went to the ball game. So, love my amateur baseball down in the States. We saw the Roswell Invaders play that evening.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
AAA?
Double A? This is like single A.
Like 10-year-olds?
Like I could have got out there and been the relief pitcher. Yeah, okay. No. It was, but fun. Small town, like nice hot dogs, beer, just the whole theme of everything was really cool. And then it was getting dark, and we left and had to drive like an hour through the desert after having alien themes all day in our heads.
And then you were seeing things in the sky.
Then we were seeing things in the sky.
Look at, what's that?
Yeah. Anyways, that was a really, really cool trip.
You're right. I did confuse Area 51 with Roswell, even though I do know that they're not in the same.
Totally different. I don't know if you do know, but
I did know.
You like to make people think that you know. Okay.
I know what I know.
So speaking of confusion.
I know what I know. Yeah, speaking of confusion, yes.
Great segue. I think we have them on the line now.
There's a lot of confusion, yes.
I think we have them on the line now. Our first official interview for CCC.
Yeah, it's only appropriate. It's only appropriate to have him on as our first official guest of Cop Car Coffee.
I think so.
Because he's one of the guys, although you won't see him on a mug.
We could though.
Yeah, we'll have maybe
the manager's edition.
Official manager's edition of Cop Car Coffee mug.
You better introduce him because I hear him giggling already.
He is giggling on the line. It's the one and only BJ, or is that JB? BJ, JB, welcome.
Morning, boys. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. Now, like we said about confusion, because for the last week, and we got, it's funny because I think we all got into a tiff about doing this interview, like trying to set it up, basically.
The only thing I'll say quickly, and we want to let JB have the airtime right now, is it did feel a little bit like work.
It did feel like
organizing a GB interview.
If we want interviews, we got to do some work. Yeah,
well,
that's
this
unfortunate.
Was painful,
but it was painful, but we got him. We got him today.
Yeah, and it's live.
Yeah, live today. So JB, BJ, welcome to Cop Car Coffee.
It's a pleasure to be here, boys. It's been an interesting week of going back and forth for sure, trying to although we hang around and we're constantly texting and chatting, just actually getting together to do this has been a wonderful treat.
Wonderful challenge.
A wonderful challenge and a wonderful treat. Our schedules are all quite busy and converging.
Well,
so
the one thing that
I would say Darcy's not busy at all.
Darcy has nothing to do. He's always ready to go and willing to go. I think Duff and I are usually the guys that are hard to nail down.
The one thing that we did learn this week is that apparently Duff doesn't do his best work at night. Oh. He's available in the early morning.
Yes.
Whereas I'm not. I'm talking 7 a.m. and I don't do my best work in the morning. So we've got a bit of a dilemma there for any future interviews that we do. Yeah. But we'll work it out.
Got to aim for like 2 p.m. maybe.
Yes, that's a good time.
And so you're not busy at work?
No, not usually these days. And then JB's got all these meetings for his job. JB's
a busy man.
You know what? It's a busy time for a lot of people. But you know what? We made the time. We're here. We're able to chat. It's a blast actually helping you guys throughout this Cop Car Coffee journey, and it's been hilarious and a lot of fun in the background, helping you guys out and listening to you two clowns banter away like an old married couple.
The one thing that we do have a lot of this week, if we want to, and I think we might get to it in this episode,
Yeah.
is three-way group text.
Oh, God.
Because we could do a whole special on the text that went back and forth
Yes, we could.
especially
week. This week.
Trying to set it up. Now, I'll say that we did try to do the interview a couple times.
Yes.
We'll let that
we did
cat out
one.
of the bag.
We did one.
We did one.
It was horrendous.
But it was horrendous because Duff,
Worse than normal.
after 7 p.m., didn't do his best work. So I'm going to put on Duff.
Duff was sleeping a bit,
Yeah,
and then we had the kitchen noise in the background.
That was me, actually. I know you blamed it on Duff, but I didn't speak up at the
that
time.
was you?
That was actually me. They said it was Duff, but I was like, I'll just let them believe it's still Duff. but no, I'm glad to have you on this. And the one thing that we did talk about in that interview was the killer almonds.
Oh, God, yes.
But not only the killer almonds, we found out that BJ, had the killer cherries.
Yes.
So last week I was listening. Actually, I was listening to your podcast, and I was listening to
which is nice of you.
Well, somebody has to. So I was listening to the almond segment, and
That's what drove the listenership up. I was wondering who the other listener was.
Exactly.
Perfect.
That was me.
Okay.
The big flap of
it's my
skin
brother,
hanging
and
down.
it's BJ.
And I'm having a bowl of cherries at the time, and these are delicious cherries.
Oh.
Can I say?
I can't say.
I can't say.
I'll
Sorry.
beep it.
I don't
You guys
like
made me
promoting.
do
So
No.
so I was saying that as I'm eating these cherries, I landed on a pit in one of the cherries, and it made me think of what kind of disclaimer would be on a bag of almonds, which are simply almonds from a legal perspective. If you have
There's no hidden injurious.
there's no hidden
content
agenda
there.
with the almonds, right?
Okay.
It's just an almond
Yeah,
that just happens to be in the shape of a weapon.
and misbehaving in your mouth.
Yeah, but when you're eating cherries,
Nobody
you
likes
expect
something misbehaving in the mouth.
No.
Well,
that's
I suggested that they put a disclaimer on there, a safety with the picture of Duff,
Yeah.
with "Don't do what this guy did." But it's interesting for the cherries that you sent a picture over, BJ.
So
That
there's a case.
that actually says
Well,
they're pitted,
there's a
but
case.
underneath said it may contain pits.
Well, no, on the back. So you have
Super
on the front
confusing.
pitted cherries, and then you flip it over to the back, and you're like, well, I might have a court case here because I almost lost a tooth.
You can't.
And
Yeah.
under the nutritional information, it clearly says may contain pits, which somewhat defeats the purpose in my mind.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Well, because above it said pitted.
But this is the day and age that we're in, right? Where there's a disclaimer on a coffee cup that says contents may be hot.
But here's the thing: on the almond packaging, it did not say anything about the almonds could cause problems in your mouth if you bite into them wrong. And so there could be a case for Duff.
There's a case
to
for
sue.
Duff. But
So my brother said he wanted to get
major-
involved.
Fantastic.
But of course, 99% of the proceeds will go to him.
I don't know if I can afford that. But in all seriousness, there's way more of a case with the cherries. Way more.
Think so?
Well, it's
Do they have a disclaimer?
Contradictory.
I don't know. I don't think I have a leg to stand on.
really.
Yeah, no, there's a disclaimer. But having said that, the cherries are delicious. I'll keep going back, and I'll keep risking my teeth because the experience has been worth
Well,
it.
are you gonna, is that now consciously
Love
in
it.
your head? So you're not really biting into them anymore.
Well, it's one of those
enjoying
things,
them.
and I think you and I were talking about this. It's kind of
Yeah.
like having kids, right? You have your first, and you
You
go
forget.
for months and months and months, sleeping 1 hour a night, and changing diapers and this and that, and you're like, I don't know if I can do this again. And then all of a sudden you forget about it. So it's the same thing, right?
You have a second kid. So
I'm eating a bowl of cherries one day, and I almost break a tooth, and I have this negative experience, and I'm like, okay, well, I gotta be more careful next time. Sort of like the almonds,
I'm
right?
back to the almonds.
Yeah. And then you're like, you move on to the next bowl the next day, and it's like it never even happened. And it's like, what do you mean there's a pit in there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You forgot.
Yeah. Now you're a pretty clean eater, are you not, JB? Now is this about as
Well, define clean eating.
well for the listener? They're thinking a bowl of cherries, and I'm thinking, for you, that's probably as dirty as it gets.
Yeah, he has a bowl of cherries for dessert,
Yeah.
whereas a lot of people would have a bowl of
Ice cream, chocolate,
Yeah.
beer, alcohol.
Yeah, chips.
Yeah.
Well,
So this is a pretty. This
Joe
is
Louis.
out there for you.
Can we say Joe Louis?
Can I say Ben and Jerry's?
Yes.
Can we say Ben and Jerry?
Ben and Jerry's, Cherry Garcia ice cream.
So he goes back
I
to the
like
well.
the cherries,
So
right?
that's as dirty as it
So
gets.
the cherries and the chocolate combination is just.
Do you add the other cherries in?
No.
Oh,
But you know what? That I may need to do that now.
yeah.
Ben and
Sure.
Jerry's.
Wow. Can we say?
Can we say Ben and Jerry's?
I don't mind promoting Ben and Jerry's. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you even buy that in Canada though?
I don't know.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Absolutely.
There's no of course.
Oh yeah, I buy it all
It's
the
a
time.
yes or a no.
Yeah.
Okay.
They make fantastic ice cream.
Well, you know what? It's really been great having you on, BJ.
Okay. Now, are we kicking them out, or
No,
are we
I
gonna
think
let
you
them
know what we're
hang
gonna
on?
do. We'll let them
Continue with the podcast.
Yeah,
and he
let's-
can chirp in as
Yeah,
required.
exactly. Let's
Okay.
hang out with BJ.
So
we owe it to him.
I can
With all
keep
the-
throwing in my 2 cents.
Well,
1 cent.
okay,
All right.
1 cent.
Okay. So you probably have lots to talk about.
I've got lots. To
I've
talk
got
about.
one more thing that
Oh, yeah,
I
okay,
remembered on the way here.
Well, did we want to do a three-way group text? Because I think there's a couple of good ones.
Did you record some, or did you
Well,
memory? Did you write it down, or what?
yeah, I wrote it down. I always write it down.
Write it down, or would you just look at your phone where it is?
Well, yeah, I would have to look at my phone where
Okay.
it is. Yeah.
Now which one?
I'm not going to
though?
write them down. Well, there was two that were. Yeah, there
'Cause
was.
this week has been a doozy.
I know it's been a doozy, but I think the funny one was the original one, which I was going to do before trying to set up the interview with. We went back and forth, which was.
There's a few group texts that we said no to, though. You're not going to just cold caucus with some of that.
No.
So-
We've already agreed to that.
Have we told the good listener that the Cop Car Coffee podcast now has an online store, which is
Well,
where we're headed.
That's where we're headed. with the
Potentially.
group text. Yes,
Okay,
with the
gotcha.
three-way group text.
Okay.
So I went ahead and set up an online store. Let's promote it.
Why not?
teespring.com/stores
Oh,
slash
God. You've
cop
lost me.
dash coffee.
Yeah.
You've lost me at the
You know
first
what?
slash.
Let's put that in the show notes.
Yeah, we'll put it in the show notes. You
Yeah.
can find our official swag for the
Okay.
Cop Car Coffee podcast. Shirts
Well, what if
designed
you
by
just-
me and BJ.
What if you just went to Teespring and then typed in Cop Car Coffee?
Yeah, I think you can find it there.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Because
show
then
notes.
you don't have to say the word slash more than
Slash.
once.
dash, because
Say-
there's some dashes in
Say
there.
slash
Slash.
3 times quickly.
Slash. Yeah, it's hard
See,
to
all I
say.
can think about is Guns N' Roses now.
Yeah, slash. It's a
Oh,
bit of a tongue twister. Anyway,
It is a
you could-
bit cold, November-y, rainy today, isn't it?
so you can find our shirts on there. We've got like about 4 designs, and that's where we're going with the three-way group text.
And my new favorite is the nutritional shirt.
That's
was
not there
talking-
yet, though.
That's coming soon.
Oh,
That's
that's
coming
the
soon.
best.
Coming soon. Yeah,
The nutritional content of Cop Car Coffee.
exactly. So,
Love it.
three-way group text will be based on our very first correspondence about
Okay.
the first shirt I designed. I
Oh,
designed
Okay.
for
Okay.
Cop Car Coffee.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a good one.
All right, so here we are with this week's segment of three-way group text. All right, we're talking about the T-shirts here. So I went ahead and did it, and then I sent out a text. Check your email for the official T-shirt of Cop Car Coffee ! And then BJ, terrible. I guess you went and looked at the design, BJ, and you didn't like it.
So
Terrible. And then you say, can I make a recommendation? And I said, question, terrible. And then what was your...
well, in my defense, I thought you had just kind of quickly put something together and said, "Hey guys, what do you think?" I didn't really understand that you had went through, as you eloquently described in a further email, that you had put so much work into setting up a store, designing these shirts, finding a website that had this available for the good listeners to waste their hard-earned dollars, and you had done a lot of work in the background. So my first reaction was when I saw the first, it's terrible, so you know, since we tend to apologize on this show, I will apologize to you in front of the good listener that your design was great.
So yeah, so that's this week's three-way group text. But you'll notice one thing in that group text is that we don't have Duff Duff was not a part of that. It's just you and I, BJ, going into a tiff about the the shirts and everything.
So a two-way
Group text this week.
more traditional.
Yeah.
text.
So
That's fine.
that was
Duff
it.
was
Yeah.
more the likes or dislikes.
Yeah.
He was still sending
Yeah.
us pictures of almonds.
Yeah.
Something like going back to the scene of the crime.
Yeah, the flap was still hanging down. So.
This might have been happening at 9 at night or something. Well past my bedtime.
Yeah. Well, I think it was.
Or during the day when
It
someone
might have
else
been during the
to
day
work.
too.
Yeah.
And then and the odd thing is it's on Teespring, and I know BJ had a little thing about spring cleaning.
Ah.
Oh, spring! It's been a fantastic spring week, I have to say, and actually, as it is with this time of year, anytime the snow starts melting in my backyard around the ODR, I have my annual
Should we explain
30-pound
ODR? By the way?
outdoor.
Outdoor rink.
For some.
For the good listener that isn't familiar, ODR is outdoor rink. So in most frozen Canadian areas in the wintertime, people actually make little ice pads so their kids can skate around on it in winter months, and it's pretty awesome.
We didn't need that big of an explanation.
Very thorough though.
I take
all we
it
needed
back.
was outdoor rink.
Outdoor rink, there you go. So as a result of the outdoor rink, my dog is kind of somewhat limited to doing his business over the course of the winter to a specific area. And every year I have approximately 30 pounds of gifts that have been left for me to pick up. And I was successful in doing that this week. And it reminds me of the fact that my family, let's get a dog, they said. We'll take care of it, they said. We'll walk it, they said. We'll pick up the poop, they said. But they didn't.
Of course they don't.
Poor Bauer.
Yeah.
Things we do or should do but didn't.
Things kids should do but don't.
Yeah.
You guys have a long
Yeah.
list of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have that segment this week. We almost had that
Well, that's
for
it
BJ's
there. That's
interview.
perfect. That's perfect.
We almost had the things we should do but didn't BJ's interview, but
Yeah.
we got him on
We
today.
made it work.
Yeah.
We made it
Actually, I want to give you an update
Yeah.
on my jeans situation from.
Oh God, there's an update.
There is an update.
Okay.
Yeah, last week I said I bought the jeans from.
Because you actually don't know your size and stuff.
Well, I know my size, but
Okay.
whether you don't have a change room at Costco, right?
Yeah, we've been through that.
Yeah. So anyway, I did try them on during the week,
Yeah.
and they do fit.
Good.
Now the only problem is, I don't think they're a 30 length because they seem to be like a 30. I think they lie on the lengths. Either I've gotten
Maybe
shorter.
you're lying about your own length.
That's what
Wouldn't
she
be the
said.
first.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So, you're a 30 length? Yeah.
But
so you're
they
not
were
a-
like way past my feet.
Well, you're not a 30 length. I'll tell you that right now.
Uh,
I'm a 30 length.
no, they would have
I'm a
gone past your
34-30.
feet too. I'm a 32-30, and
Well,
they
I'm not
went past.
trying them on. I'll tell you that.
You want to try them on?
I got my own
They're slim
34-30s.
They're slim fit.
These Gatineau specials I'm wearing right now are probably 34-30.
Yeah, you had to have them hemmed.
Good one.
Because I got to get the 30s hemmed.
Okay.
It really depends on the brand, like I said.
Anyway, speaking of, you guys were wondering where the fair Stacy and I went out for lunch the other day. The best poutine and chicken fingers in town.
Yeah, I was going to say something like, what do you say that in French? Patoise? Pataterie. That's it.
Poutine.
Poutineery.
Pataterie
Pataterie, oui.
Alloise,
Yeah.
which is the best poutine in the city,
So
on the
is-
Hull side. Pataterie Alloise.
So that is not
I'll
where
say-
I went, obviously.
No.
So,
So how could
man, poutine. If
Why?
you ever get a
But
great,
can you
turning
say
into? We can't say. Now you
Oh.
guys are making me do more work.
well, I'm saying it in a descriptive form rather than
Yeah.
in a.
You're going to spend
prolific-
hours beeping out.
Oh my God!
Maybe could.
Slide
Throw
us
us
a
a
few
bone,
bucks. That way, I
yeah.
wouldn't have to do as much work.
Then we could say it and not even question it. Anyhow, great poutine, great chicken fingers. Probably saved $40. And
That was your date.
Yeah, it was our date lunch. It was fantastic.
Poutine car coffee doesn't have the.
Yeah, no.
Tin car coffee.
No,
Well, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I guess we're running a bit late on time.
I
so
think we
maybe
should wrap it up. Yeah.
Let's promote a couple things. Let's promote our shirts again.
Let's promote the best story that we wanted to do this week but didn't. And you know what it is?
What's that?
Your retirement home back in the mother country.
Oh yeah, we almost forgot about that.
I read a
You read about
fascinating
that, eh?
article on homes for sale in Italy
Yeah.
for, get this, €1.
€1.
And they had pictures and everything. And I know we all like to
nice.
browse the multiple listing service here in Canada, seeing lovely homes for like 1.3 million
Yeah.
for 800,000 townhomes, things like that. So imagine my surprise when I saw many, many options for these beautiful, well, not beautiful, they are run down. So they're homes that have been basically abandoned.
They're historic.
But well built, like stone homes, beautiful homes, €1 in basically towns that are dying because people are leaving, right?
Yeah.
So the government really wants people in these homes. So how are they doing it? Selling them for $1.
So when you buy it, though, do you have to put $1 million into it?
Oh God! So there were all sorts of different. I thought we were saving the story for next week. You got me right into it.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Well, let's save it for next week. But basically, that you had options, and
Teasing.
I was thinking of you and your wife, and I know you're thinking Panama for your retirement years, but I'm thinking back to Italy for you guys.
Tuscany.
Way more fitting.
Yeah.
Way more fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you look at the boot itself. There were dots all over the boot in these towns that wanted people to buy.
Yeah.
Anyway, something to think about. Yeah, maybe we'll dig deeper into that for next week.
Yeah.
And did you want to mention a possible big name interview? Not that JB isn't a big name, but someone else so listeners
I'm a
might know.
medium name. Name.
So we have Duff's pick of the week
Coming up next week.
which we didn't we
Didn't
should have
do.
done today, but
Didn't do.
because we had BJ
JB.
on,
We didn't.
we didn't do it. But we'll have it back next week for next week's
You
show,
betcha we will.
and we'll have a special guest
Yeah.
to go along with Duff's pick of the week. We have lined up. Should I say who we've lined up, or should we wait? We have a special guest for.
I
next
think we
week.
should say it.
It's pretty popular, Mr. Hollywood Matt Demers.
Matt Demers.
Very
Mr.
exciting.
Hollywood.
You'll know him from TV and radio.
Yeah.
He does his picks for the Oscars and all that sort of stuff. So we'll have him come on to give us the picks of the week for the best on streaming
And
television stuff.
And I love that. He's an expert. He's going to force me to do some actual work.
That's true.
I need to have some sort of minimal knowledge to at least have a conversation with the guy on what's the topic? Streaming?
Streaming, yeah. He'll give us his picks for the best shows or movies on this streaming service.
Awesome.
So we'll pick one or two.
Something we all do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you know what? I was thinking we should have him back on for the Oscars. You know, get his picks on who's going to win best picture. Best
What are the Oscars again? Is that like
Academy
music?
Awards?
Oh, TV?
Yeah. No,
TV.
movies.
Movies.
Yeah, and then we'll do it like a blind study where you don't know anything, and then
That's going to be
you do your picks, and then we'll have him back on. And we'll compare.
That'll be brutal.
To actually, yeah. So we've got Mr. Hollywood Matt Demers for next week's show. Let's promote Cop Car Coffee at Cop Car Coffee Twitter.
And don't forget about
at Cop Car Coffee.
Teespring, the store.
And Teespring, the store. Just type in Cop Car Coffee.
Awesome.
Shirts.
And once again, we'll thank our buddy JB for stopping by today,
Is it BJ?
Finding time out of his crazy busy schedule. Thank you, JB.
Hey, it's been a blast, guys. Always hanging out with you guys.
All right, well, I guess that's it.
Cop Car Coffee.